Okay, so the battle is underway now. Yeah, there's no CPU force, so we should be good. And I don't even think that was the problem. I mean, I honestly don't know what it is. But anyway, here in the south side again, we have Subi and Rome. And here on the north side, we have Averni and Sparta. They are scouting down this hill, and they have their ballista. This one's mobile now, so they can move it around. And they do have a big disadvantage. And I mean, I told them if they wanted to switch the map up, they can, but they decided to play it out and hold on this map. Hopefully we don't get any desyncs, but a huge hill advantage here to Methodia and Akethon, or Akethon, or Akhenathon. You guys don't get mad at me. Subi here. Okay, Rome's gonna have a huge advantage here coming down on Averni. And it looks like he's going to take this because this charge right here is going to hurt. Especially with this, look at this huge degree angle. Charging right into these units, although these are spears, but the momentum is really going to carry those units down. But now they're kind of stuck again because of that momentum. Using the abilities here to give them less melee defense and melee damage. That's the Praetorian Cav doing that. Another Praetorian Cav also moving in now too onto these skirmishers. They will probably be able to catch these skirmishers. I'm not sure if these noble horses do want to engage here on this slope. This Praetorian Guard is now going to die to the spear nobles. And elephants making their way all the way around. Another charge in here on these noble horses by noble riders. But the only thing is noble riders didn't really get a good hit because they're being buffered by their other Cav. Now here on the right side, Averni is trying to make a sweep with his noble horses, but at the same time, Sparta is way down this hill. They're going to get hit by arrows for quite some time before they finally make it up here. But they are just slingers. It's going to take about 6 volleys for the slingers to actually start doing damage. Praetorian Cav making it out towards the ballistas. Are they going to be able to make it here? Is he constantly clicking away? He is constantly clicking, trying to get this Praetorian Cav. All in the meanwhile, this Spearman Pike is trying to make it there in time. He wisely drops the ballista, sends his units away, which is really going to help this. Oh, but this Praetorian Cav they don't care. They're still charging straight at that unit. Look at this. He's losing these units left and right, but he just wants to take out these Greek ballista units. But this noble horse here is going to probably make it in time, especially with this downhill charge onto the Praetorian Cav, and I don't think the Praetorian Cav can catch it at this point. They're really stuck. They're fully committed, and they're about to get caught here. A flanking charge onto this Praetorian Cav, and that's going to be pretty devastating. Praetorian activating their ability again to negative the, I think that's the horse advantage, or the horse effectiveness on these Praetorian guards. So back here in the main fight, Sparta trying to catch these sword masters here. They're barely making it out, but I think they're going to get caught here. And he needs to maybe engage, let this unit catch it and get a flank charge here. He's going to choose to continue running away. They're getting poked a little bit in the back, but they are making it out. One sword master here did get stuck. Is he going to engage? It seems like it. I think he needs to turn his line and actually fully engage those units. The gladiators actually getting taken out here by the Spartan pikemen and the noble horses. Spartan pikemen doing good job getting rid of all those extra forces, and Rome not paying attention on those units. So here we have Spartan pikemen frontal engage on sword masters. They did not get their full Pila throw, which means they're not going to be doing a lot of damage, but the sword masters do have flank attacks on the rest of these units. One elephant here completely decimating Royal Spartans. Hopefully he can make it out of there, but the noble horses here catching the noble riders of Subi and getting the better of the charge here. Subi already getting one unit routed, along with the Praetorian Cav did catch the ballista. That is a plus for them. And more noble riders coming in here to assist. The only problem is that wasn't really a good charge into these noble riders. It was technically into the back of his own noble horses. Or I got those two names mixed up, but you know the gist of it. These elephants are actually taking down all of these Spartan pikemen. That is funny. Oh, these Royal Spartans. Spartan pikemen here now entering the fight in order to buffer against it. These Spartans, though, now moving into the fight, getting good engages on the sword masters. I'm not sure if if he's missing these, or if he's not able to click in time, because he's not getting really good attacks, but actually a big flanking force. Gladiators and elephants now gonna hit the backs of these Spartans, and will he be able to make it in time? Down here, the noble horses did clean up the rest of the units and are gonna come back into the fight. On the right hand side, the noble riders are fighting the noble horses, and it's sort of even now for the most part, but once these 2 pike units get in here, it's gonna be over for the noble riders. He needs to maybe pull out, but I do believe he's a little too committed at this point. So now the elephants and the gladiators are moving into the backs of these Spartan pikemen with good flank attacks here. This Spartan pike is vulnerable right here in the back between them both, and I think that's exactly what he is aiming for. Dogs are going to go here to try to slow down the noble horses, and these elephants are going to prove to be very devastating. A lot of these units have their flanks unsecure, and now they're going to get hit by a horses charge from the back, and this is going to hurt. A lot of the units getting slammed now against the shields of these sword masters, and now they're beginning to waver in rout. Gladiators now are going to get a great hit. Look at this little U shape that they're going to collapse right into, and with all their melee attack, they're going to do a lot of damage to these guys and just start tearing them apart from the front and the back. Now what is this? Skirmish cav making it into the back lines, but the problem is a lot of their pikemen now are completely engulfed by the gladiators, and if they activate their ability on the gladiators, which they did, they're at 101 melee attack, going to completely devastate that unit. But now Spartan pikemen making their way into the fight are going to hit the backs of these gladiators. It looks like here on the right hand side, who is winning this fight? There's a gladiator unit, but all these noble riders are going to get destroyed by the pikemen. They're just not going to last that much longer, especially with all these noble riders. Whoa, big spin around. Especially with all these noble riders still left over. And there's just not much left. And Sparta's doing a great job holding this. I don't know how they're still alive, especially with the gladiators here. But the noble horses did make a charge into the backs of the elephants and the gladiators. So it's going to force the sword masters a lot more pressure on them, because these pikemen still have not routed, and they're taking out these units very quickly. More gladiators now hitting the backs of the Spartan pikemen. And look at these. What's making all that noises? Oh, did they mount the? Oh, they mounted the ballista again. Ballista shots hitting their marks. It looks like it hit more of his own units. But these elephants are trying to make it out now, trampling all the units along their way. And there's just a giant mosh pit here on the left side. Rome still has some of his units here, some of his cav. He's trying to clean up. I do believe there's the noble horses with the rest of his general unit. And we just have a big, like, surround on surround on surround. Who's even getting the better of this? It looks like Sparta is now. They weren't doing so hot in the beginning, but with the extra forces now making it there, they're going to be doing really good, but a lot of the units are hurting. And these units are really getting taken out. Oh, who's winning this fight here? I don't know how the noble riders are still alive, getting hit with all these pikemen. A noble horse is wavering, but that's not going to last for too much longer. Gladiators doing their best to take out these Royal Spartans, but I think the pikemen are facing the wrong way, though. So these gladiators are going to have a field day. But I think he's paying attention now. Charges going in with skirmisher cav, hitting these noble horses. Noble horses actually taking out those units. So a lot of Rome's units just got cleaned up here. And Subi, all he has left is these horses here on this side. A few gladiators, the dogs finally making it to the Greek ballistas. These noble horses are insane. 49 kills, and they're still here fighting. The general unit is retreating away, trying to keep it alive. But with all these noble horses still left over, I don't think they'll be able to pull this off. Gladiators are fighting for their lives here, but now that the pike have turned around, they will not be able to get the kills they want. And now it's just going to be pikemen walking in, cleaning these guys up. Gladiators already wavering. On the right side here, the noble riders did get taken out. And all we have here is the general unit, which engaged here on the noble horses. But more noble horses came down to fight. And it looks like that's going to be it for the first game. Iraklis and his teammates, Makedon, are going to be winning the first round here. GG out of everyone. Very good game. Very well played. It was interesting to see because Sparta was really at a disadvantage being down that hill, and we saw that on the initial charges. But they just swept around this whole left side and really completely took over. And a lot of back-to-back charges on each other.